Hi everyone, welcome back to my corner. Today I've got a very special guest. This is John Steve, my fitness coach, who has helped me post-delivery get back into shape.
Hi, myself John. I'm a fitness coach who is specialized in special population training, and I'm specialized in post and pre-natal training. So my experience is around 10 years so far in the same industry. I'm training Kanika from last 9 to 10 months. We will start talking about the training, how it works, how we started and where she is today.
The reason that I started working out with John 9 months ago was that staying slim is very important, especially for those with polycystic ovaries, because we all have a higher chance of getting diabetes later on in life, and of course, during pregnancy. So to me, it was key that, I had gained 12 kgs at the end of my pregnancy, and to lose some of that became very important. And doing it myself was, I would say, totally difficult. So that's where John came into the picture, and he would come in with his set of exercises and, would tell me about why it is important to do certain things.
After the delivery of the baby, what happens, your lower limbs will become very weak. So you would have lost a lot of protein and a lot of muscles during the delivery time. So post that, as per the doctor's clearance, we start the exercise. Some of them start with immediately after 3 months. That depends on the normal delivery or the C-sections. So in your case, in fact, you started really earlier only. Right after 3 months, you started it. And initially, it was going a little slow, but you picked up really fast. As per me, because I trained other clients also, they've started only after 9 months, 10 months, or after a year. So I'm training one more client. So she started after 10 months of her delivery. So which took a little longer time for her to reach the results. But in your case, since you started at the right time, 3 months, after 3 months, you got a very good results also. And I can see that improvements on very faster way. So in a month, you picked up very fast. Yeah.
How fit would you say you need to be, or how important is it for you to be fit before you get pregnant, for you to deal with the pregnancy and post-pregnancy?
It is very important that every a female has to start when they have a plan to have a child. They have to start exercising. No matter whether they have an experience earlier or they are starting it before the planning, before the family planning. It's very important for each and everybody to start exercising, so that will help them on the labor, during the labor pains and all. They can bear a lot of pain when they start training pre-natal only. So we focus more on the pelvic region, on the lower limbs, to strengthen them so that they can bear the pain during the delivery, or the labor pains can be, some amount of pain can be bared by them.
So like one of the things my mother as a gynecologist was saying, that if we don't strengthen our pelvic muscles post-delivery, stress incontinence can come in. And it's not something we realize now, but 20 years down the line when that starts picking up, then to start exercising is a lot more challenging.
That is more challenging. You have to start once the doctor, like any gynecologist, if they give a clearance that you can go ahead and exercise, you have to start immediately with a lighter intensity. You need to start. What we are doing now is we don't lift any heavy weights or anything. We use your own body weight and small weights like 1 or 2 kilos of ankle weights and dumbbells. We started with a lower intensity and gradually we progress. Looking at the individual's improvement, we progress it. and you get the best results out of it. So you don't have to go and lift a heavy weights or anything. No big machines are required. Small dumbbell and ankle weights or a minimal equipment is more than enough to get your results.
And I've got to tell you, there's one, I would say, a very nice way of saying that my pelvic muscles have strengthened.
Yeah.
Because the tensile strength of the menstrual cup that I use, I've had to move to a harder cup. So
Right.
I used to use a pink or a teal cup, which is a softer cup. And when I found that it was turning over and not staying upright, I just moved to a yellow cup, which is what a lot of
Right.
athletes use, because their pelvic muscles, abdominal muscles are so strong.
Stronger.
And that has actually worked. So it's telling me that, hey, pelvic muscles have strengthened, and
Right.
strengthened so much more than what they were pre-delivery. And
Right.
all because of exercising and doing
Absolutely.
it regularly.
Yes, absolutely. So you can see a lot of changes in your body once you start exercising. So that itself shows you a lot of results, like in terms of you increasing in your stamina. When you exercise, where we started and where you are today, if I see the comparison, I can see a lot of difference in your form and techniques, and your strength level has gone up so much, which is really great.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
So, I would say John says we been for about 9 months we've been working out, but for about 6 months we've been really regularly working out.
Right.
And I've lost about 10 kgs in that time. But I think more exciting for me has been the fact that I can hold
Planks.
I can
Planks, you're
hold
able
a
to.
plank for 2 minutes. You know, I'm able to do a lot of the leg raising exercises with controlled movements without my leg just falling back down.
Yeah.
To me, that has been the most exciting part of it, that my strength in muscles has increased significantly.
Yes. Because the planks, the day when we started, you were not able to hold for a minute also. But today you're able to hold it for 2 minutes without any too much of struggle, without much of effort. That itself shows how strong your core muscles have become. And talking about your legs, your squats have become so perfect now. So initially the form was not so good and you were not able to do more than 15. So you had a post exercise, you had a lot of soreness, if you remember. So you had a lot of soreness, but now your muscles are ready to take all that soreness, and you don't have the way you had it earlier. So now it is much stronger.
Yeah. You know, we talk about backache and a lot of that happening postnatal. Naturally, you know, we have carried a baby in us and the muscles have loosened, and for a lot of women, exercising postnatal is difficult and they just take off and life takes over, and you know, 20 years down the line they'll find that they have severe backache.
Right.
Now, what are some of the things that you would say are important to focus on at this point to prevent that future backache?
Now, postnatal trainings, if you want to strengthen your low back or your pelvic region, so you have to start training strength training on the posterior muscles. So that is, posterior muscles is all your back, right from your shoulder joints, your rear deltoids, your rhomboids, your lower back, entire spine muscles, and your gluteus muscles. So entire posterior muscles, you need to focus on a good strength, good and decent strength training. So the strength depends on every individual. It is different. Some of them, the exercises what I give you might be very easy for you. Some of them will find it difficult. So depending on individual's strength, we plan the exercises. So strengthening on your lower back, on the posterior muscles are very important. So that will ease your future problems. Like you will not have any kind of lower back issues, back issues. Your spine will become very straight. So I see a lot of mothers who is nursing the babies, their back will be arched. So that is because of the weakness of the back muscles. So once we start working on the back muscles and strengthen them, so their posture of standing straight or the spine will become super straight. So you can look at a mother and you can tell that how fit she is if that strengthening is happening. Yeah.
And it's also so important because as your child gets more mobile and they start running or walking, and you need to support them, and you're all in these odd positions.
Right.
It's important that you don't land up with any serious problem.
I know. So we have seen here only, no? So when you pick up some weights, even if you pick up a baby from the ground level, so if your back is not supporting, you might end up with some kind of cramp or catch. So once you start strengthening these muscles, these kind of minor issues will never come. So you'll, even if it comes, you'll be able to bear it. So because your muscles are strong enough.
Correct. I've also, so I got to know about John from my mother, who's been, working out with him for a very long time.
Yeah.
And we, both Amma and I have been exercising together. John will take sessions for us and he'll have us do different exercises, but we're doing it in the same space.
Yeah.
And it's a great motivator to do it with her and, have company and you edge each other on. So, okay, come on, you can do it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that is very nice company which you've got. And Dr. Meenakshi has also come. I've been training her for more than 5 years now. And she had a lot of postural issues like frozen shoulders, and she had a pain in her knee joints. And all that has become like absolutely normal now. And this she picked up very fast. In 6 months only, her frozen shoulder was completely all right. And in between, she was also traveling and came back. So whenever she travels and comes back, she'll come back with our fitness level will go down again. She'll pick it up. So, but she's been regular, and every time I see her, she picks up because the muscles are already taken. All this, it has done it. We call it as muscle memory.
Right.
So since you have already worked out and taken a gap of like say 30 to 60 days, once you come back, it's easy for you to pick up.
Yeah.
So because that muscle memory will pick it up very fast in a week's or 10 days time. So in that way, even though she has taken a break, she's getting back to the shape or ideal body weight very quickly.
And I think that's also important because she is, a grandmother and
Yeah.
also one of the primary caretakers for not just my daughter but my brother's 2 children.
Right.
And so running behind 3 little ones under the age of 3.
I know.
For her being strong and being able to do all of this is equally important.
Right. So the exercises must have helped her a lot to carry these kids.
Yeah.
That is more important to keep herself fit. Yeah.
So I hope that we have helped you understand why it is important to stay fit, not just pre-delivery but post-delivery, and the long-term effects that it can have. And all the best to you. Thank you, John, for joining us at Kanika's Corner.
My pleasure.
And thank you all for watching us today.
Yeah. Thank you all, the viewers.